welcome to West Brunswick High School. My name is Rhonda Benton and I'm the current principal here. We want to welcome you to the 2020-21 school year, and this is our virtual open house. You'll get to meet and see some faces of some important people that you will need to know as you are a student here. We know that this year is going to be very different than anything we've had in the past when it comes to school years, but we are excited. We are working hard to make sure that you have what you need to get the best education possible and to prepare you for the real world. So welcome to West Brunswick High School. We're excited to have you, and I hope you enjoy this virtual tour and you get to meet some people and see some faces, and we can't wait to get you back on campus when things have gone back to normal. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you one of our assistant principals who will soon be the new principal of West Brunswick High School. Effective September 1, I will be retiring from Brunswick County Schools after 30 years of service, and when one chapter ends for one person, a new chapter begins for someone else. So at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the new principal of West Brunswick High School, effective September the 1st, and that would be Mr. Jonathan Paschal. I hope you guys have a great year. Go Trojans!
Thank you, Ms. Benton. I too want to welcome you all to the 2020-2021 school year. I am honored to lead and serve a school with such an extraordinary student body, an extremely dedicated staff, and a supportive community, all full of Trojan pride. My wonderful wife and two sweet boys were also welcomed into the Trojan family 3 years ago when I became an assistant principal here. You will find my family at countless events during the school year, as they too love to support our students and community in any way that they can. In addition to my family, I consider our students my kids, and I do not take for granted the privilege I have to pour into their lives. Over the past few years, it truly has been an honor to lead, learn, and serve under the leadership of Rhonda Benton. Until August 31st, Ms. Benton and I will work together to serve our school and community. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Benton for 30 years of service here in Brunswick County. It only seems fitting that she finishes her time here at her alma mater. As an instructional leader, it is my mission to motivate, educate, and empower our students to become global citizens through the highest quality educational experience. Together, our faculty create a positive, engaging, culturally relevant, and most importantly, a safe school environment for every student, family, and educator. On July 21st, 2020, our Brunswick County School Board announced that all schools will open in a remote learning model. This will occur on August 17th, 2020. I acknowledge that this is a new way of teaching and learning. However, based on our history as a strong school community filled with Trojan pride, we will accomplish great things this year as one West. West Brunswick will stay committed to creating a culture of personal responsibility for community health and safety. Everyone in our school community must do their part. This means adhering to national, state, and local health guidelines and requirements, as well as those measures that West deems safe and appropriate for our campus. Over the summer, West Brunswick High School created a school-based reopening team. We call it Best for West. During the process, our Best for West team identified 3 principles to lead the decision-making process: health and safety, student success, quality teaching and learning. Several key decisions were made within the team in regards to those 3 principles. Our Best for West team created a schedule with specific times where students will be expected to attend live virtual sessions. We call this synchronous learning. Accommodations will be made for those who have connectivity concerns. Teachers will also provide pre-recorded lessons, assignments, tasks, labs. Those are called asynchronous learning opportunities, and they will be required for students to work on. After finishing this video, please be sure to watch the pre-recorded welcome videos from each of your teachers. Their email addresses will also be available in a spreadsheet there alongside the link for the video. Now to close out my portion of the virtual open house. Please know that my door is always open. I sincerely welcome any conversation or input that you might have during the school year. know that our community represents the best of Brunswick County. And I know that we will be able to move as one this year. One West. Thank you.
Welcome back, Trojan family. We're very excited for our new school year. Even though it's not starting the way we hoped for it to start, we're going to make the best of it. If you need to come to school for anything, like to see your guidance counselors, come in through the front, sign in, check your temperature, and don't forget your mask. If you call the school, you'll either talk to Miss Shelley or Miss Tanya. But first, make sure to check out our website and our social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter for any of the updates you're looking for. If you call the school with questions regarding student services, you're going to either talk to Miss Pam or Miss Donna.
Hi, my name is LAKIESHA Dennis. I am one of the counselors here at West Brunswick High School. I handle the students' last name ending in S through Z.
Please share any words of wisdom or advice as we begin this school year.
Well, for one thing, I hope that everybody is safe. We're going to get through this year. I know everything's going to be a little difficult, going to be looking different and everything, but just be assured that we are definitely going to get through this. We just need everybody to be patient, and we just continue to do what we need to do to get through this school year.
And share your favorite memory from this summer with us.
God, my favorite memory this summer, I didn't do anything besides my backyard was my beach. My backyard was my everything. I pretty much saw family, my parents and everything through Zoom. My summer was basically my backyard and Zooming with all of my family members.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello Trojans, my name is Mr. Bell. I am over students with the last names L through R. I am the PSAT counselor. I'm over Homebound and other special populations here at West. I'm always available by email if you need anything, and I promise I respond back to every parent or student in a timely manner. Recently over the summer, I am from West Virginia, so I went back to visit my family. My father has about 35 head of cattle, and I have been there helping my dad out all summer. So I had a great summer and be glad to be back here at West for the fall. Students, please keep working with your assignments, keep active in your education. I like the questions that a lot of my seniors are asking me about colleges. We are going to be sending out a lot of virtual things by email to keep you engaged as you're looking and exploring colleges this year. For my 9th graders, welcome to West. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and we will be here to answer them, so please feel free to contact the school. For my 10th graders, you will be taking your pre-ACT. 11th graders, you will be taking the PSAT if you choose to do so. Please go ahead and schedule your SAT on College Board if you feel like you are ready to take your test.
Hey everybody, I am Miss Hardy. I am a second-year school counselor, and I've been at West though for a long time, so I may look familiar to a lot of you. My alphabet is E through K, so students with last names E through K, you guys will come see me for all of your needs. I also help out with attendance committee, with the NCAA eligibility requirements. You guys that are signing up to play sports in college, you'll come see me and we'll walk through that. I'm also at all of your games to cheer you on because I'm a big fan of Trojan athletics. I also help out with 10th grade advisory, so I'll be in and out of 10th grade advisors to help with topics about the SAT, the ACT, career and college planning and all of that stuff. My favorite summer memory has to be the chance I got to go to Ohio and visit with all of my family and play with my nephews and my nieces. And my advice to you for this upcoming year is just keep swimming. Try to keep your head above water. just keep paddling forward and we'll make it to the finish line together.
Hey, I'm SHEILA, SHEATS, school counselor. My caseload is students with the last names A through D, and I'm the AVID counselor. So all the students in AVID, I'm also their counselor.
Please share any words of wisdom or advice as we begin this school year.
So something that I share with a lot of students, and a lot of the students that have me already know this, I always talk about 2 research-based things that are really important for successful students. The first thing is to always have a time that's best for you to do your studying. So your school time is non-negotiable. You have to go to school, but your study time, that you get to decide when that is. So have a time to do your homework and your studying, and it's also really important to have a place that works for you. If the kitchen table works for you, that's great. For a lot of students, that's really distracting, and so I would encourage you to find a place that works best for you. So those 2 things, if students can do those 2 things, they'll find that they can be successful in school.
Thank you. Share your favorite memory from this summer.
So my family had a great week at Wrightsville Beach. My whole family came and we just spent the time together, and that was my favorite memory from this summer.
That's good.
Hello Trojans, my name is Dale Genitazio. I'm one of the assistant principals here at West. We're very anxious to get started in this new year. If you see me, when you come back to school, when you see me, I will be in charge of different things, such as testing, if you have questions about that. I'm also in charge of the English department, social studies department, exceptional children's department. I'm also involved with attendance and the virtual high school credit recovery programs. I also am responsible for the English language learner portion of our school. So if you're involved in any of those, I'm the person you might come to, and if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to assist. One piece of advice that I've heard, and I don't know where it comes from, it's very short, and it says, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. And to me that means whatever gets in your pathway, you just keep on going. And I think that's what we're going to do this year, just keep on going. This summer was very unusual, but my favorite memory was spending time with family and friends at the beach.
Okay, well, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Trojan Land. We're starting off a new school year, you know. Although it's different from any year we've had before. I want to take off my mask a little bit so you can hear me a little clearly. Although this year is going to be different from any year we've had before, we still ascertain we're going to have an exciting year. We're working on things as we speak. We're trying to make sure that the learning takes place, and we're just trying to get set for all the challenges that we'll face. You too will have challenges. For example, of course, as many of you know, that I'm in charge of security and safety here at West Brunswick. We will still have fire drills, tornado drills, and stuff like that whenever we get back into school for our face-to-face. The school rules haven't changed. You will still be expected to be at your best behavior at all times. Transportation, that's a big one. We're working on that. With the new COVID-19 limitations, we're trying to work on making sure that each and every one of you can get to and from school safe. So you will be provided information as we work toward those goals. And if you have any questions, please email me if there's anything about school safety or transportation. And I look forward to seeing you at some point during the year. Thanks so much. Go Trojans, Trojan pride.
Now, at this time, parents and students, we're going to go through the Best for West plan to ensure that you know what the expectations are and that you know where you can find your course whenever you get started on Monday. And then also a place for you to meet your teachers as we go through in terms of a welcome back video from them. So this is the Best for West remote learning plan. It has some next steps. We're actually moving through these fairly quickly through this week, where you'll get your PowerSchool login. Will help you see the classes that you have for this semester. Once you know those teachers, you're going to go into a spreadsheet that's on our school webpage under the Remote Learning tab, and it'll actually have the Welcome to Class videos from your teachers. There's in there also going to be a code for your Google Classroom or instructions for your Canvas classroom that the teachers are using as the what we call LMS, or Learning Management System. Now from there, you're going to go to the schedule that I'm going to show you here below, and it'll tell you when and where you need to be on day one. So on August 17th, we will start this schedule. First block, second block, third block, and fourth all have live sessions on Monday, August 17th. We need you in those sessions. There'll be a link in the Google Classroom or Canvas, whichever one your teacher uses, for you to click into and make sure you're on time. Try to get there a little bit early. On Wednesday, same thing, and Friday. So there's going to be live sessions where you're expected to be in those. You're going to be expected to engage in some way, and your teachers have worked hard to set that up so that they can successfully teach you throughout the semester. So this is your classroom. You need to ensure that you are there. We'll talk about attendance and making sure that we are finding ways to engage and work together through this time. So let's look down through some of the key terms that you're going to need to know as we move forward. Live sessions is also known as synchronous learning. So that's going to be live times that you're in a meet with your teacher or Zoom. So those are the platforms that we're going to be using. That could be with labs, lectures, discussions. You might have some guided work in there as well. Asynchronous learning is what you're going to be doing on the other 2 days. So that's the Tuesday, Thursdays, where you're actually going to have some pre-recorded lessons you might have to watch, assignments that you need to complete. You're going to see some feedback from your teachers. You might even be able to get some tutoring done during this teacher's office hours. So that's what asynchronous learning means. Now, the remote learning overview of the expectations here, we have those laid out for you. I'm not going to read all of this for you now, but the plan will be posted for you. So ensure that you look through some of these line items. Here, we have synchronous instruction. It's the expectation that you're in every single live session, just like we expect you to be in a classroom. Ensure that you are. Now, on top of that, we have office hours. So these are going to be times that your teacher is going to be available via Google Meet or Zoom in a live format that you can pop in, ask them questions about the assignment you're working on. They might call you all to try to come in on those times for some extra session there that they could go through. It might also be a time that you just pop in, ask a question, and then pop back out. Like I said, attendance will be taken during the remote learning time, and it's crucial that you see these 3 bold line items. The student must complete their daily assignments, either online or off. As long as that's completed, then the teacher will be able to count you present for that day. If there are no assignments due that day, then the teacher will define some sort of daily check-in for you. And then also, it could be that the student participates in a live remote session or instruction. Now remember, expectations are pretty clear. You all know that we have high expectations of you when you're in the building. You will also have those expectations when you are learning remotely. And the handbook does address the similar behavior that you need to have in a classroom as it would be in a remote classroom. Right. Also, the remote classroom or Google Canvas expectations, please be sure that you look through this list and also know that your teacher will have specific expectations as well for you. Here we have a virtual open house. As you can see, this is going to be a time that you all are watching through this video now, but it's also going to be those welcome videos from the teachers after you're finished here. And then I'm going to scroll back up to the students without internet access. If for some reason a student does not have internet access, there are going to be accommodations made to be able to provide them with material. So if that is a student that you know, please ensure that they find a way to see this video. We're going to be reaching out to those students, but we definitely wanted to get to that as soon as possible to ensure that our students are getting everything that they need. Right? As you scroll through, you'll see some types of expectations, but also things that you can do to best help your student and students, some things that you can do to ensure that you're successful by reaching out to your teacher, reaching out to us whenever you need any help, but be sure that you are being proactive. All right? At this time, I'm going to close out this session of it. And then I'm going to pop into a Google Classroom. So this was the remote learning plan. But whenever we're actually going in, you're going to go through a Google Classroom or Canvas. I'm going to show you a Google Classroom at this time to give you an idea of how you would log in. So you're going to go in, you're actually going to hit this plus sign up at the top right. When you get that code from the spreadsheet that we were talking about in the remote learning plan, you'll go in here and you will join a class. You will actually punch in the code right here. Only students with a BC SWAN or a Brunswick County Schools email would be able to put in their code and have access to these classes. Once you get into the classroom, this is where you'll be able to see exactly what the assignments are from the teacher, and from there, what the expectations are and when those assignments are due. It'll look very similar to this, and your teacher will have it all laid out for you, along with, as you can see here, a Google Meet link that you could pop in, and that would be the link that they would mainly use for those live sessions if they're using Google Meet. If they're using Zoom, then they'll clearly post that on there as well for you to know exactly where you need to be. All right, that is all for this session. At this point, please be sure that you look through this plan. Please be sure that you look through the schedule and know when you need to be online and where you need to be come August 17th. Once again, students, be sure you ask any questions to us if you have them. Reach out to your teachers if you have questions. You can always email West Brunswick at bcswan.net. That's West Brunswick at bcswan.net.